my son, and he made a good point. I showed him it was some commercial on Instagram. It was a Kool-Aid commercial made in 1960. Didn't even know Kool-Aid had been out in
Are you
1960.
talking about that black and white one?
No, it was black and white, and they used Asian, and my son, who is only 21, he said, "What do you think? What do you think was going on when they showed that to to some Asian people to see what they thought? You think they just sat there? Do you think they just sat there and was like, oh yeah, that's good? Or do you think that they had questions?" I said, you know what? That's a good question. I don't know, because in that time, they would make fun of people and it was accepted. But do we really know how they felt? Like when they made fun of us?
Yeah, but how about this? In the 1960s, do you think the room full of white men and Mad Men said, "Hey, let's get an Asian's point of view of this"? No.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I think we need to get an Asian guy's point of view. No, they didn't think that at all. It's like, what? They'll love this. It's for them. That's what they're sitting. That's what they're sitting there saying. This is great.
Look at them. They wear those They wear those type of hats.
And they drink Kool-Aid. That's the whole point. They're happy. They're happy Asians. That's what the guys would say. Nothing's wrong with this. No, not at all.
I would like to have been around them when they were making the characters for Mortal Kombat. Let's call him Raiden. And let's make that hat. Remember the hat like they had in that Kool-Aid commercial in the 1960s? Let's put that on top of his head.
Let's go for it. Let's go all out. Really cultural. Be culturally sensitive.
Let's put Raiden with an I.
They thought they were being culturally sensitive. Whitley warms up to Ramon and he starts singing La Bamba. Cut to Whitley on top of the bar, singing her tail off.
That was a 1980s thing too. That was a 1980s thing where all of a sudden the character, the goofy character or one of the main characters, all of a sudden they're singing and they're sounding like Patti LaBelle, and you're like, where'd you get this voice?
Yeah. And they act like the owner of the establishment wouldn't be like, you better get the hell off my goddamn bar standing like this. What's wrong with you? Stuffing up my bar with them damn heels. But again, she's singing Shake It Up Baby. The whole bar is loving it. Kim sees, about to say Dr. War, Colonel Taylor. Colonel Taylor's a rib.
It was pretty funny what Kim did. When she was singing it. We gotta go, baby. Over there, baby. We gotta go, baby.
She did do it. She did do that. She's trying to get to. She finally gets Whitley's attention and shows her that Colonel tells her. She hops down, but Louis Dix, an aggressive man played by by a comedian I know, Louis Dix. He used to do warm up for
I know Louis Dix.
Yeah, and she's aggressive and tries to get her to stay, but then she's in the one. And Colonel Taylor intervenes and tells him to take his hands off. And Louis talks to him like your girl in New Jack City. Step off, grandpa. That's get the hell up off me. You don't want none of me. Louis, his character swings on him, and Colonel Taylor flips him to the ground, then talks to him like his daddy.
Oh, that was the best part. Come on, you should be ashamed of yourself. Talk to that man. Talk to that man like he's a little boy, bro.
Like a child. You should be ashamed of yourself.
What's wrong with you? What is wrong with you? You should be ashamed of yourself. Wow.
At this point, the ladies have left. Cut to Gilbert Hall. They walk in. Whitley and Kim arrive at Gilbert Hall. Whitley is nervous. Said, "Thank you for driving. Thank you for driving. I didn't think I was in the condition to drive." You think Colonel Taylor knows where we are? Hell, he named but two places we could be. Here or there.
The fact that she still thinks that she was drinking alcohol is hilarious.
I know. At that moment, Colonel Taylor comes and he states that all is well, this, that, and the other. What's funny is Letty arrives. Letty arrives. And what you doing home so early? She basically says, what did she say about her family? She says, you know, in so many words, she said the good thing about family is I can do it again next year.
Or she could leave or something like that.
It was pretty funny. And they asked him what's going on, and she know. Let him know something going on.
Yeah.
Colonel Taylor says all is well, but he also has told the ladies that the Pilgrim Coladas that you've been drinking all night were non-alcoholic. They're on the kiddie menu. And Whitley was kind of mad. No, Whitley was mad. She was mad that she found out.
But she basically had a kid sugar rush, bro.
Yeah, bro. She had a sugar rush, and
Bruh. Whitley was basically the equivalent of a first grader who just ate a Snicker bar, bruh.
It's looking like Bart Simpson when he had too much squishy. Oh my God, she's upset. Like even when Colonel Taylor leaves, she's still upset. Like I was drunk, and Kim has to tell her like you had a good time. That's all.
Yeah.
You had a good time.
Yeah.
Cut to Walter's car. Jaleesa and Walter's driving. Jaleesa's sitting up front. Dwayne and Freddie are asleep. I don't get why nothing was made more about that. It's like as much as Freddie has been on Dwayne since day one, now these two got time to be in the back seat for hours and like nothing goes. He go like he kind of like
80s.
Hey, they were asleep, and Walter is very interested. Like, hey, how was your holiday? Was it an amorous holiday? And he wants to know what happened with her and Eric. And she basically says, you know, we had a good time this day. We did this that day, and we broke up yesterday. To say the least, Walter is happy.
And Jaleesa gave Walter that Tevin Campbell's "I'm ready" look. Oh shit!
Just so you said that. And Jaleesa gave the Tevin Campbell. I was like, where you go? I'm ready. It took a second. It was like about a half a second. I was like, I'm ready. I was like, what? Hey, right there. I was like, what? I'm ready.
She gave it to him like,
I'm ready. Funny part about after they have that little moment, Walter's like, what he said, you and Dwayne, y'all get all that? Y'all get all that, Dwayne and Freddie? And they're like, yeah. They can't fake and sleep going, yeah. I just said, y'all getting freaky. You better not be getting freaky in my back seat. You better not be. I know what you've been. I heard about you, Freddie. I heard about you children from Santa Fe. You better not be doing nothing back there in my back seat. I just cleaned this car. So yeah, that is what they went out on. At this point, we know that Jaleesa and Walter have a future.
And thank goodness, no epilogue. And now to our sponsor.
The Blacklog is sponsored by Fade to Black Funeral Homes. Death is a part of life. Put life into your loved one's death at Fade to Black Funeral Homes with t-shirt printing and tattoo artists on site to commemorate your loved ones. Fade to Black Funeral Homes, sponsor of the Blacklog. The most HBCU thing. Not being able to go home for Thanksgiving.
That was mine. Yep, pretty much.
That is so real right there. Because there's so many people. How many? I mean, there are people from the area, from Washington and Virginia and New York, but there's so many people from across America at Howard. From California to Texas, it's like, yo, it's a bunch of us gonna be here. And maybe, you know what? Maybe it is like that at other schools when it's like more people from the region, but Howard just has such a cross section of people from across the country. Even though the campus is empty, it's not empty. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, it seemed empty to me, but again, I was in Drew Hall or
What is it? Let me just
honestly,
say, it is empty.
regardless of what dorm I was in, the campus seems very empty.
It seems very empty, but in the big scheme of things, as far as numbers, it's not like the emptiness that Whitley.
It's just that people aren't coming out.
Yeah, Whitley and Kim were the only two people in the dorm room. Now, I know somewhere in Cook Hall I could go find I know at least 10 people. Matter of fact, I can talk about that because I do have one HBU story about Thanksgiving. Least likely thing to happen at an HBCU.
Not the least likely HBCU thing, but highly unlikely.
Highly unlikely. Leaving a student to run a dormitory.
Curfew.
First of all, the curfew thing is only for athletes, but there's no real curfew on any of the dorms. I don't. Well, maybe
curfew. I don't know why they keep talking about curfew. Kids come in when they want to.
They do. Even the quad, they have a curfew for co-ed visiting, but there's no.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But not you got to be in the room. You got to be in the dormitory. Are you serious? No. My R&B, my song, I Want to Thank You by Maze. I wanna say I had to go with the Thanksgiving theme. I wanna thank you.
I thought you was about to hit me with that Alicia Myers. I wanna thank you.
No. I remember that. Oh my God, I remember that song.
I don't think I really like. That's not a song. That's a song that they played a lot up north. Like that was not a song that you heard in New Orleans too often. At least I didn't.
That's I don't recall either.
That seemed very regional. I think she's from Philadelphia anyway. I think
that makes sense. That totally makes sense right there.
I actually thought, and it was going to be a stretch, but inevitably I did not use it, which was "I'm Coming Home" by New Edition, and then it hit me like a bag of nickels.
That's hard. That's pretty
when
hard.
When I think of home, when I think there's a place where there's
Ain't that R&B? I guess it is R&B. It is. I guess.
Home by Stephanie
Mills. I guess it is an R&B song, being that it is.
So it came out. So that's funny that you say that because I saw when I looked it up originally, it said 1974, and I was like, But then I was thinking, I think it was in The Wiz. Wasn't it in The Wiz?
That's the only place I've known it from. So it's been someplace else.
But when I was thinking 1974, all I could think of was, man, they played the hell out of that song in New Orleans when I was in high school. And then when I looked it up, she must have re-released it in 1989.
Really?
It must have been re-released. They played, because she had a video. I think she had a video for it.
Wow, I didn't, man, that's.
When I think of home, when I have a place where there's love
expression. Yeah, okay. I did not know it was released.
But that was my My
I
R&B
only
song needed for this episode.
yeah, it's better. You better. Yeah, it's better. I want to thank you. Don't drop that. Oh, because this all about home. Um, HBCU alum needed as a guest. Going back to North Carolina Central, I get North Carolina Central's alum, little brother member, and lead singer of the R&B group The Foreign Exchange, Fonte, also known for being on the Questlove Supreme podcast. He plays Ray Ray, the ex-con who Mr. Gaines gave a second chance in life, who keeps talking about what he needs to cook for all these kids. And Mr. Gaines keeps asking for these enormous amounts. I need 40 pounds, I need 80 pounds of this. And Mr. Gaines like, boy, you're cooking for 40 and not 400 on cell block C. I don't think, but Mr. Gaines, boy,
I did not make all this turkey noodle soup for 400 people.
It's fine. That's fine. Stop it. That's fine. That's number 5. It's making my stomach cringe, bro. Stop. And your HBC alum?
I have Letty returning home with ongoing friend of hers, HU grad, Debbie Allen.
No, you just can't
She comes back. She actually returns with Letty to the dorm when Colonel Taylor is talking to the young ladies, and he's, Colonel Taylor is kind of giving them the business, and finally the girls leave, at which Debbie Allen says, "Honey, leave those kids alone. They already missed the holidays with their families. Damn."